A daily handful of walnuts can contribute significantly to heart health, help lower cholesterol, and even enhance memory. But what explains the noticeable difference in quality between walnuts that are golden, crisp, and full of flavor, and those that turn out dark, bitter, and less appealing? The secret lies in the meticulous steps of their production. In California, home to vast walnut orchards, the harvest typically begins in mid-September and continues until early November. However, long before harvest season, the journey starts with planting. Farmers place walnut seeds into moist soil to encourage sprouting. Once the seeds take root, they are nurtured in trays filled with nutrient-rich soil. When the young plants grow strong enough, they are transplanted into open fields where they mature into fully developed walnut trees. California dedicates over 400,000 acres to walnut cultivation, producing more than 680,000 tons of raw walnuts annually. When the time to harvest arrives, the outer green husk called the hull begins to split, revealing the hard shell inside. This natural signal means the walnuts are ready for collection. Instead of relying on manual labor, the harvesting process today is highly mechanized. Tree shakers, specially designed machines with padded hydraulic arms, are used to gently grasp the tree trunks and shake them at a rapid frequency. In just a few seconds, this vibration causes the ripe walnuts to drop en masse to the orchard floor. Once on the ground, a sweeping machine follows. Using soft brushes and a low-pressure air system, it gathers the walnuts into neat rows, clearing away dry leaves, twigs, and dust. Depending on the terrain, a single sweeper can cover between 20 and 40 acres in a day. Then, the pickup machine comes through. It uses a conveyor to lift the walnuts off the ground and directs them to a sorting unit, where a centrifugal fan separates light debris from the heavier nuts. Collected walnuts are then rushed to the initial processing facility, usually located nearby to ensure the nuts are processed within 24 hours. The first step here involves removing the green outer husk. A hulling machine, equipped with rollers and high-pressure water jets, strips away the hull. The nuts are then sent through vibrating screens and air systems to filter out damaged or empty shells. Once hulled, the good quality walnuts move to a drying facility. Reducing moisture is critical. Walnuts typically arrive with 30 to 35% moisture content, which needs to be brought down to below 8%. This is achieved over 18 to 24 hours using carefully controlled warm air systems. After drying, the walnuts are cooled, packed into bins, and transferred in sealed containers to a second processing site. At this next stage, the nuts are stored in large, temperature-controlled warehouses, with conditions kept at around 0 to 5 degrees Celsius and humidity levels tightly regulated. The walnuts can remain fresh for 6 to 12 months, retaining their crispness and natural golden hue. The stored walnuts are then divided into two categories, in-shell and shelled. For in-shell walnuts, the first step is sizing. A rotating drum with various hole diameters separates the nuts by size. They're then cleaned again with fresh water. And any that are cracked or show signs of damage are removed by hand. Once sorted, these nuts are packed and prepared for international markets. Shelled walnuts go through a more intricate process. They are first sorted again by size, using a V-shaped roller mechanism. Then they're directed into machines that carefully crack the shells using rotating cylinders. The key is applying just enough force to open the shell without breaking the delicate kernel inside. Before packaging, a final manual check ensures only the best kernels, those that are whole, golden, and flawless, are selected. These kernels are then sealed in airtight or vacuum-packed bags, ensuring they stay crisp and fresh during storage and transport. In the world of walnut production, precision is everything. From planting to packaging, each step plays a crucial role in delivering the highest quality nuts to markets around the globe. Mia chicken is a traditional native breed from Vietnam. Raised naturally and often free-range, this chicken is well known for its firm, flavorful meat and thick golden skin. With their striking red combs, broad chests, and golden brown feathers, they are not only beautiful but also highly prized for festivals, family meals, and ceremonial offerings. Raising Mia chickens, a prized native breed in Vietnam, is a careful and time-consuming process that begins with newly hatched chicks. These chicks are small and delicate, covered in soft yellow down. In their first few weeks of life, they require special care in enclosed brooders that provide warmth, protection, and proper ventilation. These brooders are kept clean and dry, helping the chicks build a strong immune system during this critical stage. Around day 15, the first signs of their transformation begin. Small patches of reddish-black feathers start to emerge, replacing the soft yellow down. Over the next few weeks, their plumage continues to develop, gradually assuming the rich brown, red, and black tones characteristic of the Mia breed. By the time they are 2 to 3 months old, the chickens display their full set of feathers, thick, glossy, and vibrant. These coops are built with open sides to allow fresh air and sunlight to flow in, mimicking a more natural environment. During the day, the chickens are allowed to roam around the yard or garden area, scratching the ground and staying active, which helps develop firm muscles and improves meat quality. Inside the coop, there are plenty of feeding trays and clean water containers. The chickens are fed a diet based on natural grains, typically corn, rice bran, and locally sourced feed, combined with essential nutrients to support healthy growth. This feed formula is carefully balanced to provide enough energy and protein while still maintaining the slow-growing nature of the Mia chicken, which is key to its unique texture and taste. It usually takes 4 to 5 months for the chickens to reach market weight, which is typically around 2.0 to 2.5 kilograms for males. After arriving at the processing plant, the Mia chickens are immediately brought into a clean and controlled environment to begin the slaughtering and processing stages. After feather removal, the chickens move along the line to the head removal station, where their heads are automatically cut off and discarded. Following that, the chickens proceed to the foot-cutting section, where their feet are detached at the joints. The feet are then peeled to remove the outer skin layer, a process that exposes the clean white claws beneath. These feet are collected into a separate tray, as they are considered edible and are popular in many markets. The next step is evisceration, where a small incision is made near the chicken's abdomen, and trained workers or machines gently extract the internal organs, Special care is taken to avoid rupturing any digestive parts to maintain cleanliness. Once removed, the organs are sorted. Inedible parts are discarded, while edible parts such as the liver, heart, and gizzard are placed in designated trays for further cleaning and packaging. To ensure the carcass is completely clean, the inside of the chicken is flushed with clean water using a pressurized nozzle. This internal rinse helps remove any residual blood, fat, or connective tissue, especially around the backbone and cavity area. After that, the entire bird is moved through a final washing tunnel, where it is thoroughly rinsed on the outside and inside with chilled, high-pressure water. With the chicken now fully cleaned, it advances to the cutting section, where it is portioned into standard parts, such as breast, thighs, drumsticks, wings, and back, using sharp, hygienic equipment. Each part is carefully trimmed and sorted according to size and weight. Finally, all parts are moved to the packaging line, where they are placed into food-grade trays or vacuum-sealed bags. Cold water pink shrimp, also known as Pandalus jordani, is a small shrimp species that thrives in cold, clean ocean waters, commonly found off the Pacific coasts of Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia, Canada. These shrimp have a pale pink color even when alive, with tender, sweet meat, making them a premium ingredient in salads, soups, or for canning and export. The fishing season typically begins in early spring, when shrimp move closer to shore and spawn at depths ranging from 100 to 300 meters. Fishing vessels typically operate near the coast, just a few nautical miles from land, in areas where the seafloor is composed of sandy mud, the preferred habitat for this species. Fishermen deploy bottom trawl nets from the stern of the boat, which are dragged along the ocean floor for several hours as the vessel moves. During this time, sonar and positioning equipment are closely monitored to locate areas with high shrimp density. When the first haul is brought in, a large quantity of shimmering pink shrimp begins to spill out into the vessel's holding tank under the sunlight. The entire compartment fills with a fresh pink glow, signaling a successful catch. The shrimp are immediately flushed down into refrigerated holds below deck, where temperatures are kept near 0 degrees Celsius to preserve freshness for the rest of the journey. Once the vessel reaches port, each batch of shrimp is lifted out of the cold storage by crane and transferred into large containers. Workers then give the shrimp a quick rinse, followed by a light layer of ice and salt to temporarily preserve them. All containers are carefully moved from the ship's cold storage onto refrigerated trucks, where they are inspected and sealed. Finally, the cold storage trucks deliver the shrimp directly to processing plants. After being delivered to the processing plant, cold water pink shrimp enter a closed-loop processing system. First, the shrimp are washed with cold water to remove any mud, debris, and surface slime. Next is the pre-processing step, where shrimp are sorted by size and condition. Undersized or damaged shrimp are separated. The qualified ones are then sent to a quick steaming station, where they are lightly cooked to preserve their natural sweetness and firm texture. The shrimp then proceed to a manual filtering or checking station, where workers inspect and touch up the products to remove any remaining shells or defects. The cleaned shrimp move onto a quality control conveyor, where staff visually inspect each piece to ensure no foreign matter, shell fragments, or spoiled shrimp remain. After passing inspection, the shrimp are sent into an individual quick freezing IQF system to lock in their freshness and flavor. Frozen shrimp are then automatically packaged by machines. Packaging formats vary, from small retail bags to large bulk boxes for restaurants or export. Some manual packing is still performed, especially for premium products that require a neat and uniform presentation inside boxes. The packing area is a scene of efficient rhythm. Trays of shrimp neatly aligned, workers moving quickly and precisely under bright white lights, cold and strictly hygienic environment. Finally, all finished products are transported in refrigerated trucks to supermarkets, restaurants, or shipped abroad to markets around the world. In recent years, frog farming has become a familiar livestock model chosen by many farming households. It doesn't require a large area or complicated techniques, making it suitable even for those just starting to build a home-based business. Frogs grow quickly, are easy to care for, and require low investment, yet they offer relatively high income in a short period of time. For that reason, frog farming is not only a new way to earn a living but also a sustainable direction for those who want to develop the economy from their very own piece of land. Frog farming usually begins with the breeding stage, where tiny tadpoles swim around in clean water tanks. This early phase is crucial, as the tadpoles are still weak and require a stable environment with oxygen-rich water. After a few weeks, they begin to grow legs and gradually take on the shape of young frogs. Once they have fully developed limbs and can start finding food on their own, the juvenile frogs are transferred to larger grow-out enclosures. In frog farming, proper enclosure design and density control are key factors that determine the economic efficiency and growth of the frog population. Rearing enclosures can be made from cement tanks, earth ponds lined with tarpaulin, or net cages placed on ponds or lakes. Inside the enclosure, floating objects such as bricks, foam, or bamboo should be placed to provide resting and sunbathing areas for the frogs. In terms of stocking density, it is recommended to start with 300–400 frogs per square meter in the early stage, then gradually reduce to 200–250 as they grow, and maintain around 100–150 frogs per square meter by the time they reach market size. Overstocking can lead to competition for food, uneven growth, and increased risk of disease. Therefore, farmers must regularly monitor and adjust the stocking density appropriately to improve productivity and the overall quality of the frog stock. During the farming process, frogs are fed regularly each day to ensure consistent growth and development. Their diet primarily consists of commercial pellet feed with balanced nutrients, supplemented with fish scraps or insects, depending on local conditions. Feeding should be done at fixed times, typically in the early morning and late afternoon, to create a routine and minimize leftover feed that could pollute the water. When frogs reach an average weight of about 200 to 300 grams, farmers begin the harvesting phase. This process typically begins by partially draining the water from the rearing tank or pond to limit the frog's movement and facilitate collection. Once the water level is lowered, the frogs are gently herded into a corner using nets or by hand. This helps concentrate the frogs in one area, reducing stress and minimizing injury during handling. At this point, instead of picking up the frogs one by one, farmers use large mesh bags opened wide and submerged slightly in the water to gently drive the frogs directly into the bags. This method is efficient, reduces handling time, and minimizes stress or injury to the frogs. Once filled, the mesh bags are tied securely, then taken out for weighing. After that, they are prepared for transport to local markets, restaurants, or delivered to wholesale traders.